Do you have to call your husband, wife, son, or your daughter 10 times finally before they answer your call? Share this video with them. We might have a solution. Welcome to Think Third Perspective. This is Biju Jayaraaj. Whenever I interview with someone for a job, I always ask them this question. If you get 3 missed calls when you step out of a meeting, one from your family and friends, one from the company you work with, one from a client, in what order would you return the calls and why? Most of the time, I get the same reply. Client first, company second, and the family or friends last. The order is exactly the opposite. And let me explain to you why. When I get a missed call from my wife, when I call her back, she might ask me, Biju, when are you back home? I tell her 7. She'll say, I'll go to the mall and I'll be back. She's gone in less than 10 seconds. Or she might tell me, your mother called. I'll say, hang on a second, I've got to call this client back. Can I call you in 2 hours? She will not tell me, I want to tell you now. Or it might be a friend of mine who's calling me, Biju, we're booking this ticket for the show. Are you in? Say, I'm in or out. He's gone in 10 seconds. Or he might tell me, dude, I want this deal. I say, congratulations. Let me call you in 2 hours. I have to call this client. He's not going to tell me. I want to tell you now. Then I call my company. They might tell me, Biju, there's a call from HSBC David. I say, but I've got a missed call from Emirates John. Being the company, we know which client is more important. And he might tell me, no, Biju, leave Emirates. We'll have to handle HSBC first. Or he might tell me, oh, you go out with Emirates. We can wait. And the third, I call the client. Having said that, 99% of the time, I would reach the client in less than 1 minute by keeping both my family, friends, and my company happy. They will never hold me back when a client is waiting. So I have this rule, if anyone is sitting in a meeting with me one-on-one, and if their family or friends call, they should answer the phone and tell them that I'm sitting with Biju, can I call you back in some time? And if not, I'm not a happy person. So one day, a colleague of mine walks in and says, Biju, it's all right you telling us what to do in the official sphere. In my personal life, you don't know. My mother calls me 100 times a day. My girlfriend keeps calling me. I know when to call them back. Don't tell me how to handle my family and my friends. I said, dude, sorry, you might be right. I'm very lucky I have a good mother or a good friend. And then a few weeks later, I realized it's not true. When I get a missed call from my mother, I call her back and ask, Mom, you called. She might have just asked me, Biju, how was Advika's play? Advika is my daughter. I tell her, Mom, I want to tell you what happened, but let me call you in 2 hours. I have to call this client back. She will not tell me, I want to hear everything now. Or she might just tell me, hey, Biju, tell your brother this, and she's gone in 10 seconds. Similarly, she'll also call my brother, who is supposedly very busy. He'll see my mother's missed call when he steps out of a meeting, but he's got to call a client back. He will continue with his business. So his mom will keep on calling 11 times in the next 2 hours. And finally, when he's done with all his corporate work, he'll pick up his mother's call. That's Mom, what? His mom might ask the same thing, something about his daughter. He might cover the mouthpiece and he will tell, my old lady has gone senile, man. 11 calls about my daughter. It's the same mother. It's how you treat them. You are taking your family and friends for granted. One thing I always hear is that my family will understand. Yes, it is a lot easier if you tell them. They don't have to keep guessing. Your mother calls you 11 times. Do you think your client will call you 11 times? You're taking them for granted. It is all about knowing your priorities. Why are we doing whatever we are doing? Everything we do is for our happiness. And our happiness comes from our friends and family. And your client, your company is just a means to that objective. Here we are getting it all wrong. We are making the means the objective. It is like this. Suppose you live half hour away from the airport and a friend of yours is coming to visit you, gets into a taxi and reaches your place in 1 hour instead of half hour. You can take a map, show him the route and tell, hey, listen, you took this route. If you had come the other way, you would have only taken 30 minutes. Unfortunately, we don't have a map to show people when it comes to happiness. And everybody is trying to be happy. Whatever they're doing is to be happy. but they're taking the wrong route. So you want to be happy? Call your family first, call your friends first, then the company, last the client. Do you realize that you can count your family and friends on your fingers? You can count the company you work with on your fingers. The clients are dime a dozen. Can you remember how many clients you have dealt with so far? No chance. Always focus on family and friends. And they have your success in their mind. They will never hold you back when there is a client waiting. And if my mom says, please come now, there's nothing more important than that. Or my wife says, or my daughter says, that's what we're living for. So get your priorities right. Call your mom, wife, or your friend back first and find happiness. Thank you. If you find this video useful, please leave your comments below and do subscribe, like, and share. Thanks again.